phone is ringing. Why don't you answer it?
Yeah, hold on. Jack Honer is texting me.
Oh, what is he texting you, that
I
hot
don't know.
piece of man?
He's always bugging me about something.
Okay.
It's the Jack
and Kathy
Show.
Shit Show.
And there we go.
Yeah, how was that?
Okay,
Did you like
I
that
think
one?
I think if
Okay.
Welcome to the podcast.
Wait, Jack,
What are you doing
Jack
here?
has
What are we
sent me
doing?
a lot of messages.
You know, this is a podcast, and when you're doing what you're doing, it's not
Mastery
doing.
Sheet Chat GPT.
Okay, can we
For
focus?
the Pro. Oh, whoa. Okay. All right. So I apologize now. I just ate an olive, and so
What does that mean?
if I'm stinky.
If you're stinky,
Yeah.
pull my finger. I just ate an olive.
What?
Yep.
What's that mean? Pull my finger.
Oh, you know, it's 13 days since our last lovemaking session.
Oh my God, Jack Honer, what are you talking about?
That's what I call the podcast. This is when we love one another. It's been 13 days since we've shared our love with the world.
Oh my God. That doesn't sound right, babe.
What
Can you not word it that way?
Well, how should I word it?
So, how about since we've done our
Do
podcast
we love making the podcast?
Don't even try to justify it.
I just said our last lovemaking session, and we love making the podcast. How is that not connected?
Well, there you have it.
Thank you so much.
Do I have the hand gesture right?
You have the hand
There you
gesture
have
right
it.
too, and I think it's
There you have it.
completely obvious.
Okay.
Do you not love making the podcast? Here we go. And that's all for today, folks. That was 1 minute and 45 seconds, and we're done.
What do you want to talk about today?
It's your call. This is your thing. You said, let's do a podcast, and then I do it. And what do you want to talk about? I'm up for anything. I want to talk about something.
All I have to do is give it a minute. That's all I have to do.
No, you go. I'm not talking now.
I'll always talk.
Silence for 45 minutes.
I'll talk.
Good.
No, you talk.
No, you go. But if you can just a little
Today
bit
is Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you. Is there a song for that? Ooh, I'll get my guitar. I'll write one right now.
Happy Father's Day, Jack Honer.
Thank you.
To all the wonderful fathers out there.
Thank you.
Not the bad ones.
Just the
good
wonderful ones.
Just the good ones. And if you're a bad one, make changes.
Don't go changing unless you're a bad father. Did you like that?
So tell everybody what we did today.
That's what the podcast is going to be?
No, just tell
a
everybody.
chronological report?
Oh, God, you wear sassy pants right now.
Can I have a sip of the water?
No.
Please. That's very mean. I'm dying over here. I'm dehydrated.
So we had his daughter Alex came up from Chicago with her husband Sam and their sweet puppy Ellie.
By the way, my favorite was when I said, thanks for coming up this weekend. It means a lot to me. She goes, well, I had to because I was going to a wedding. Oh. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Still a maybe?
So much for spending the night.
Well, then so they didn't have to come up yesterday, but they did hang out today until about 3 o'clock, and we had a very nice time making a big breakfast.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And your son Sam was here with his girlfriend Kelly, Sam cooked the scrambled eggs, and we had a wonderful meal with the kids. Could not sit outside because it did rain this morning.
Yeah.
But and then we took the kids to do the what's it called when you do the golf simulator?
You were struggling with that word all weekend.
Why.
Isn't it funny how that happens sometimes where you just like, I can't remember this one
golf
word.
Simulator.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we did that at the club and had a blast. That was pretty fun.
That was fun. We all collectively
I was pathetic.
We don't all suck. I suck.
I'm sure I would have been much better had I not had an injury.
I'm sure I would have been much better had I not played.
No, you look good.
I look good. That's the thing. I look good.
That's all that matters in life,
everything
babe.
I know. It doesn't.
You don't have to really be good. You just have to look good.
Okay.
Trust me.
Oh. Didn't want to say anything.
Just kidding.
Nothing behind that smile, is there?
Mm-mm.
Just a whole lot of empty. Hello.
Went out the other side. But it was really fun. It was really fun having the kids. And then we went to South Shore Terrace, and we ordered some food and had a drink, and we played what's the name? Ugly Cat?
Something kitten.
Ugly Kitty?
Something kitten.
Like something kitten.
Exploding kitten.
Exploding Kitten. It's a card game.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. And who won? Who won the game? Let's review. Shall we? Let's reminisce. Let's take a moment.
Do you know what was more fun from you won, okay? You know who
Thank
won.
you. Thank you.
Who was out first? There. So we both came in first. We both had first. I was out first.
Who lost first?
Yeah, I did.
Who went down in flames first? You did.
I did.
Congratulations.
So
you're so good at that.
That makes me. Oh, this podcast is going to shift very quickly to why I don't like Kathy Riley.
So it was a very good day, Father. And I gave you a book.
You gave me a really cool book. We were watching was Morning Joe, I think, right? And they had on the author who wrote the book that you bought me.
Yeah.
The book is called James.
So. Mm-hmm.
Tell people about it.
Well, it's a different perspective on the classic Huckleberry Finn novel, and it's from the perspective of James. So it's the story as told from James, and so.
Well, Jim, the black guy.
Right, I know, but James is the name of the book.
Well, they call it James, but
yeah.
it's based upon Huck Finn's friend Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's really quite an astonishing feat, and New York Times bestseller, all that other good stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to read it. It was very kind of you. And that was, you often say, can I bring this up on the podcast? You know what I'm
not even sure. You say things like that, you preface it, and I have no idea where you're going.
You often say that you're not very good at gift giving.
Yeah.
And I try to tell you that I believe gift giving is really easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we really truly listen, people tell us what they want or need or interested in when it comes to gifts. It doesn't mean that's all we should do for people.
Right.
And this was one of those moments where I was talking about the book. I watched it. I said, God, doesn't it sound interesting? Mm-hmm. And I like to read. And so you got it. And it was a brilliant gift.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I wish you would have spent a little bit more money on other things, but.
Well, and that's what's funny because I ordered it on Amazon and we share your account now. And I forgot to change the payment.
So I paid for my own.
So you paid for your own gift.
It's great.
I owe you $18, I think.
It's a very cool book, and it's a very cool gift. And you said something, we were talking about this earlier when I said that giving gifts is easy. Just even doing things for people is easy if you just really listen, right? And you said listening isn't your problem.
It's remembering.
It's storing it in there.
It's the memory. Yeah.
Full circle back to being a model.
Oh, shut up. I love it when you crack yourself up so much like that. When you say something asinine.
I was setting
that. Oh my God, I'm so funny.
I was setting that whole thing up.
Mm-hmm.
There is really no topic for this podcast today, I realized. Normally one of us has something to talk about, and we were sitting outside in the backyard, more chronology for you. We took a nap after a long day. We're sitting outside in our beautiful backyard, and then we said, we should do the podcast because it's been 13 days.
That's unbelievable.
That much time passes?
Yeah.
Okay, so to be fair, it's not that this isn't a priority for us. This isn't an income generator for us. If it was, I think it might be different. If our food depended upon it.
Any day now.
Well, it might get there. I don't care if we get to 100 episodes.
No,
by the way, if we stay on track, we can get to 100th episode before the end of the year.
Okay.
Which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be.
Even though there's 52 weeks in a year, we should be at 152 episodes by year 3. So we're lagging behind considerably. However, given the entirety and totality of our fan base, I think the 7 people that listen can tolerate. Anyway, where I'm going with all of this, I lost my train of thought. I had a really good point to make. Oh, I wanted to say something relative to the topic of the podcast for me, and I just want to say thank you because we had a pretty intense disagreement this week, right?
Last week.
Was it last week?
Was it?
Was it last week?
It was this
week. It was last week. No, it was this week.
Oh, shit.
It was this week.
Okay. It was
this week. And for all of you at home listening, and I'm going to don't hurt me, okay? Because you do hit me a lot. It's on record. You heard it. Facts.
What's on record is you talking gibberish.
It's facts. Fake news. So, what I believe you have a tendency to do more than me is get distracted quickly and and put your head towards different things. Correct? Am I going tenderly into this topic?
I guess.
And I have a habit of just wanting like one thing done. And not that I can't take on multiple projects, but we got into a disagreement this week because we were taking on a lot of stuff and we were painting doors and then we were doing something else and we were doing something else. And all I wanted was the bathroom finished and our bedroom done. And what I ended up doing wrong, which I'm owning, is that we got into pretty serious disagreement because I was getting really frustrated because one task was leading to another thing on my plate, and I just wanted the bathroom done, and I just wanted our bedroom to be nice. And so I made the mistake. I'm owning this in the public, so the witnesses. And I just want to say thank you again for listening when I said all I want to do is finish half the bathroom, and all I want to do is get our bedroom set up because we have had a shitty looking bedroom since we moved in together. And that was a lot for me to say no to you on other things. Because I said, I just want to get these two things done and I don't want to do anything for the next 5 months until our wedding. And so I just want to say thank you. Because that was a lot for me to say, I'm not doing any other work. Right? It's not, for those listening, it's not like we're not going to do laundry or standard things. We're just not going to take on projects. And I'd rather have weekends to go to Summerfest and to go for walks with you and to go work out. And spend more time in us than in the house. I would argue that I think this is where couples that have kids lose track of themselves as well. Because the tasks of life get in the way of the relationship.
Yeah, and they can be stressful. And we had a big stressful week. Would you say it was one of our most stressful yet? We had
It was up there.
We had a pretty big disagreement this week about everything, and it was a good 2 days of. I think we were both very upset with each other, and yeah, it got kind of bad. We had to really break it down, and it's really interesting, the whole process of an argument, because it requires this period of, and I wish it didn't, where you do this, you butt heads. For those just listening, I'm sort of pounding my fist.
She's headbutting me, which she does often.
And I think that's part of the process, is that you just got to go all Tasmanian devil, and then it settles down, because I think we both became something not our favorite side of ourselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it had to settle down, but it's almost like it had to burst first, and then we could separate just come at it more rationally. You know what I mean?
Well,
am I making sense?
Yeah, and this is why I didn't intend for us to go down this path so early, but I'll stay here if we can. I feel again that this is where couples, especially as kids come into their lives, start to become less connected because your life becomes a series of tasks. You do the laundry, I'll do the cooking. You pick up the kid from this, I'll drop the kid off at that. We've got this to go to, we've got that to go to, et cetera, and so on. And suddenly your lives just become a bunch of tasks.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself at dinner talking about the tasks that you have to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm even having more introspection. It's so funny. You always think that I'm so fast and my brain flies through stuff. Not all the time. It really doesn't. And I'm coming up with something now that I wish I had thought of earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's this whole concept that our whole lives became discussions of, hey, when I get home from work today, we're going to go to Menards and drop this stuff off. Yeah, because I want to go look for a table. Everything became task. And while we're connected in doing those tasks, we're not really connecting. Right?
Well, and to be sure, life is going to be a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
As you, take on the things that have to be done, right?
I felt it was becoming our identity. I felt the things that had to get done were becoming our identity. I felt that what I was feeling from you was you were liking that part of our identity. You were liking that creative aspect of it. That because I know you do.
I think I do. Yeah.
It just wasn't connecting for me, right? Because it felt more like an outlet for your creativity was creating work for me, right? And so I just wanted to connect with you better. I wanted us to laugh about things we were reading, or TikToks you had seen that were funny, or to go to a concert, or to go to a festival. I just wanted to experience things with you that wasn't task related, and that's what it started to feel like. And I do believe that this is where couples lose their way. And I wish the Gottmans could be on, even though we've asked them 1,017 times.
Have we?
No, I haven't asked them once.
Like you've been asking.
I wonder if I don't want it to turn. I've got a question for you. Would you want them on the show?
If the Gottmans wanted to be on our show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you want it to be a therapy session about us, though?
Yes.
You would?
I think that'd be fun.
Why would they? Do you think they would? Would you reach out to them? Because I'm embarrassed or bashful to ask. I feel like goofballs.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like, who are these jackasses doing a podcast with 7
Well,
listeners?
we are jackasses doing a podcast, but you got to start somewhere.
I wonder what they would say to all of this, that what I was feeling was a lack of connection with you. And then I remember we went the very next day after the fight. Whoopsie. Sorry. The very next day after the fight, we went for a walk, went down by the lake, went for a long walk along the water, came back, exercised a little bit. We were gone for about an hour, did some shopping for groceries and stuff like that for this weekend. And I know I welled up and said, see, this is what I want to do with you. I want to connect. I want to go for long walks. I want to talk about not just shit that has to get done at the house. And I wonder, I surmise I'm right, that this is where couples, especially those with kids, get caught up in the tasks of life.
And forget about connecting with each other. Yeah, I'm sure. Sometimes you forget so long that you wake up, 27 years later and you're like, shit.
Well, that's where what we have in common.
Where am I
anymore.
with this person? Right. Yeah. And I've created other connections in my life that feel deeper and more meaningful than my connection to my partner.
Well, and that's what I don't want. 20 years from now, I'm going to be 78 years old. I'm not going to be able to get any tail at that age.
That's your concern? Jack getting tail.
Getting tail.
Tail.
Can't believe I just said that.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yes, I can. No, but I really mean it. I don't want to lose the connection with you. I don't want to lose those things that make us really, really work. And we have to get better at the things that don't. No doubt.
Yes,
Thoughts?
I would like to. The fights are very, very hard on both of us, to be sure. And we don't have them often. We get along very, very well. But when we don't, man, we've talked about this before. And I think I've said the exact same thing, that our wheels come off.
Yeah.
Probably one of our last fights that we podcasted and talked about this. And I'd love to get better and better at avoiding that as much as possible. I don't know if we'll be able to avoid it completely, of course, but because there is truly a part of me that feels like it's very healthy to have these arguments. I know I did not have them in my marriage, so my fighting muscle is not very well trained. And I'm not saying I want to be good at fighting, but what happens to me is I really get afraid, and I get scared that this isn't, it just scares me. It's so unnerving. And I have to keep in mind that this is part of a relationship, is having these disagreements and feeling that we're going to come out on the other side. Right?
Yeah. Again, I'll keep saying it. It's, you often think I'm very quick to self-awareness and some of these other skills. In those moments, I'm not. It's very childlike for me that I'm stomping my feet because I can't articulate what I need. And I feel in that moment I was tired of our relationship being relegated to tasks. I'm not blaming you for that. I'm in that too.
And it's interesting because I didn't have that perspective. I never thought of us as that. But it became overwhelming for you.
Well, yeah, but I didn't come to this conclusion until 6 o'clock at night on a Sunday.
Oh, just now?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I knew that I wanted less things on my plate. That's one thing. That to me is that's a subfloor, but it's not the basement. And to me, the basement is getting to where the core of what is eating you exists.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was starting progressing downward when I said, "Hey, I just don't want to do all these tasks." But I feel now, as I've had time to think about it, it was because we were getting further and further away from the things that make me enjoy this relationship, which is our laughter, our shared experiences, going out to eat, sing music and listening to music and being silly. It's not, hey, let's put up a handrail, or like I even told you, it's so funny for anyone listening. This is the anxiety I have toward tasks. We wanted to go paddleboarding and we were talking about, God, wouldn't it be cool to go paddleboarding? And then you said, you remember where I'm going? You know where I'm going with this?
Mm-mm.
You said we should put up a pulley system
Oh,
so
yeah.
that whenever we want to just grab the paddle boards, we should have them in, because we have inflatables. For anyone that paddles, we decided to get inflatable paddle boards just because we can be a little more
Flexible.
mobile and mobile and flexible. And the moment you said, let's build a pulley system in the garage so we can just lower it, put it on the car and go,
Mm-hmm.
my brain went to, oh, so I got to build a fucking pulley system now. Right?
Yes.
And it didn't go to, wouldn't that be cool? Because there's so many other things that we have to get done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so there's no enjoyment for me in taking on a project because I have several that I have to do.
Yeah.
Not want to do.
See, and that's a really good example, because you, in your mind, in my mind, I was thinking that'd be a cool idea for us so that we can go play with our paddle boards more easily, more often,
Right.
And in your mind, you heard, oh, she just gave me a project.
Right.
Yeah. And I even stopped myself and said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it sound like you were.
Right.
I was putting another to-do item on your list. So.
Well, and that's why, and I feel the pendulum will shift between what's critical for you and your happiness and what's for me, and we have to respect that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to kind of ride each other's pendulum a little bit, and sometimes we may clash. For me right now, it's just spending time with you.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to spend time with you. I love the fact that we joined this new club. We're going to a luncheon tomorrow for an orientation or whatever day it is. It's tomorrow? It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So those are the things that make me feel super close to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that, at least for the moment, is okay. It doesn't mean I don't want to talk about our bedroom stuff, because I love what you did to the bedroom. We completely redesigned it, and I can't wait to buy furniture for it, but that doesn't feel like a task to me, right? That's you and me moving furniture around and picking stuff out and putting clothes in new drawers that we're buying. And so anyway, does that make any sense what I'm saying today?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does. Absolutely. Does it make sense to you?
Well, yeah, I'm the one who said it.
Well, I know. Then my point is that's what matters, right?
Well, no, it matters that you're sharing stuff as well. Like if you feel that you're afraid, are you afraid to have conversations about tasks that have to get done now because of that?
I think I just have to take a minute and try to imagine if this might be in the category of, oh, I just created more work for Jack. I think I need to put that filter into the mix.
What I struggle with in this relationship versus what I do at work. How about this for you? You just made me think of something.
Okay.
So at work, I'm really good at both compartmentalizing and prioritizing.
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll look at a bunch of stuff and I'll be able to quickly say, no, we are not doing those 4 things. We're tabling those 5 things. We're not even going to look at for the next week, but these are the 2 things we have to get done by Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I don't blink an eye
Mm-hmm.
unless someone's really that I'm working with is really adamant or insistent upon something happening a certain way because there's maybe a contingency.
Mm-hmm.
But with you, I get very nervous to say that because it feels like I'm dampening your spirit. However, these are things then that I have to do. So here's a tactic that I use with my boss. So I'm going to treat you as if you were my boss now, as opposed to a coworker or someone that reports to me. I list out the things for my boss and go, these are the things we've talked about doing. These are the deadlines for each of them. You tell me which one you don't want me to do because I can't do all of them. And that's what I do with the president of the company.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot do all of these things right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do this by this time and this by that time. I cannot get them all done by the same date. Tell me where you want to prioritize this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you feel hearing conversations like that? Like if you said, "Hey, I want to get the railing done to the basement."
Mm-hmm.
I'd go, "Okay, railing or shower walls? You tell me what's more important because we have
Mm-hmm.
guests coming over. But if you feel the shower thing's important, but I can't do both.
Yeah,
There's only so many hours in a day." How would you feel if I said that?
that sounds very reasonable in this
Okay.
moment. Yeah,
Okay.
of course. Sounds rational and calm and
Well, at least in my opinion, it tells you that I can do stuff. I just can't do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does that feel annoying to you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Are we
not at
solving
all.
something right now?
Maybe.
Really? I seem to be going way deep on you tonight, and you seem super tired all of a sudden.
Do I?
Yeah. Are you?
I think I'm good.
You're tired, or you're
I'm
good?
processing.
Oh.
I think I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Well, then
Yeah.
you keep talking. I'll be quiet. What?
Stop.
Hold on a second. Tom just texted me. Well, no, because I talked to
Who texted you?
Tom.
The next door neighbor?
Tom, I just noticed that your rear truck window is open in case you didn't know.
Oh, because it might rain.
Thanks. Now get on it.
It's not raining out, is
I
it?
hope not.
Because it looked like it was going
It
to.
looks like it's going to, yeah. So can we go?
Oh, wait.
No, well, let's.
It's
We don't
not
have to look
raining.
at weather now, dude. Because you want me to
What
press
if it's
pause?
raining
Well, then my
outside
car gets
right
a little
now?
wet.
What?
Then it gets a little wet. It's not raining. It's not raining. Yeah. Okay.
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 Well, that was nice of Tom to say
It
that.
was nice.
We have to move the cars anyway.
Segue. We got to clean
Yeah.
the garage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, after the podcast.
So that was we came out on the other side of that. We really did. But our foundation was definitely rocked. And we learned.
What do you
we
think of what I
learned-
just said, though, as a possible solution?
Yeah, I said that sounds
Okay.
good.
All right.
Yeah, I said. I guess my overall takeaway though is that we are still learning, right? I mean, we've only been together 3 years and we are still learning about each other. Well, we're still learning, I think, how to communicate best with each other based on how that person processes information. Like, and I say that because I think of myself that I'm very sensitive, right?
Mm.
So how something is said to me, like if I suggest, let's go back to the painting of the doors, right? So, let's do the doors this weekend. And you just go, no, we've established that doesn't land really well with Kathy, right? So if you say to me, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with projects and I'd like to table that one for a while because it doesn't matter at this moment, right? Would you be okay with that? Or something like that. And, I hope that doesn't feel like too much of a compromise of yourself. Does it? Or I should ask.
The
Does it feel like
challenge.
you're compromising yourself
No,
or
no,
like
no, no, no.
tiptoeing around me because
No,
I
the challenge I have is I may not always get there, and so to me, it's twofold. I will work for sure at those types of dialogue dynamics, and I need you to also be more patient when I'm not successful with it.
Mm.
So when I do say
So
no,
when the
not
occasional
today,
no
no,
come
not
out
today,
that I
comes out,
try
it has
to
to be. It could be a prompt for a dialogue too. I just may be in a place, right? And so I don't want to feel that then it's all on me to make sure I'm constantly saying things exactly the right way, and because I won't get it right all the time.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I don't want that to then be. I'd like to know that you're also saying I'm not going to hear it right all the time,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I'm not going to take it well all the
Yeah,
time.
that's
So
fair.
that I just feel that's what we're both
Yeah.
working toward.
So if you ever are short or impatient and you just go, no, I'm just gonna go stick up my tongue at you and go like that.
Yeah.
See?
Okay. It laughs now because we're not in the middle of shit. But when we're in the middle of shit and you do
I'm
stuff
just gonna
like
go.
that, yeah, then I'm gonna fart.
That's good.
But I'll turn it around right at you. Maybe I'll shart even.
That would only hurt you,
It would
not
only
me.
hurt me, not you. I didn't intend for us to go too far down a rabbit hole with this. And this
Well, it was
I
a
thought it
biggie.
was
It was a biggie. I kind of expected us to talk about it on the podcast.
well for me again, I'm not getting a vibe on what you felt was a big takeaway from you other than that I have takeaways. Um,
Hmm?
I feel now when I look back at it, I'm much better at work. I don't know why I am. I'm just much better at work.
Well, I think that dynamic is different, it's work. It's not an emotional, although you do have to a degree with coworkers you work together with a lot, there's an emotional component that develops over the years. When you care about another person or you don't want to hurt their feelings or you want to get the best out of them as people that work for you. But with me, certainly it isn't work. This is an emotional relationship, right? And so I think the approach is different because of that,
Mm.
but then also different because I'm sensitive
Mm.
to things. And you're sensitive too in a different way, but you're sensitive to how I say things to you.
Couldn't
You're
give a
just,
shit what you say.
yeah, right. You are very sensitive to how I say things to
I
you.
am because
Mhm.
you're mean a lot. You heard it said on the podcast again.
The common link there is you just blurting things out like that. And because you
You
blurted
heard
them
it.
out, they become truth,
You
where they're
heard
not
it.
really based on
Do you remember
facts.
that clip I showed you in the league? And there was that guy Rafi who was talking to his brother-in-law's au pair.
I can't remember now.
He said something is like, "So do you like sex or something like that?" She goes, I do." He goes, "You heard it, consent." Remember that scene? I gotta play it
Mm-mm.
for you. It's freaking hilarious.
Mm-mm.
I'm butchering the shit out of it. Anyway, I think it was a good learning thing for us, and I want to continue to explore it. I really would love to have the Gottmans come on and talk about this particular topic with us
Mm-hmm.
because it really makes me look back at my own relationship and go, God, man, this is where you hear about couples losing their connection with one another, right? Because you lose your sense of self in the relationship.
Yeah.
For me, that's why when my cousin died and I started playing the guitar, I found a sense of self again,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? I had something, sports were over for me.
Yeah.
And any athletic event I did at that time was purely hobby, but music gave me a chance to do something indelible and go to the studio. And I had an increased sense of self, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of taken away for me in some regards. You know that.
Yeah.
And so I just think this is a cool topic because it made me, the more I have had a chance to think about over the past week what kind of went down with us, like I said, it's the more I went, oh, this is how you start to lose connections because one person, not both, but one person can start to say, all we do is talk about the kids. All we do is talk about the house. All we do is talk about this next project.
And I would think, especially for couples who do work together, all of our work is not done together, but some of it is done together. And we're about to embark, eventually we're trying to make plans to do even more work together.
Right.
That those lines can become very blurry as well, because you do have work to do, and now your work partner is your
business partner, right?
Your business partner is your life partner, and it's like, are you taking the same amount of time with each other as emotional, loving partners versus just a work environment?
That's a really good point. I like that. Mm-hmm. That's sage. That's wise.
Is it?
Yeah, it's wisdom.
Yeah, I think it's something that we have to stay very, very aware of, right?
So, you know what? Can we do banter at the end of the podcast now?
Of course.
We have a lot still to do for the wedding shit, I'm realizing. Are you getting stressed about it at all?
I'm not allowing myself to get stressed, really. We have what we're wearing, right?
Yes, I just got to lose weight.
We have, me too. I will have to have my dress altered a little bit, I think.
Okay.
Does your suit need to be altered?
Depends on how heavy I am come October.
So then I want to go on Pinterest and I want to find some cute ideas for how to make the whole setting look down by the water, in the park.
Are you going to engage
how I can make it look simple.
Are you going to engage Al for any of that?
Yeah, she said she might take some pictures. Yeah. I want her to be present too,
No, yeah, I know. But, I mean, free stuff, like ideas for...
Yeah.
Because you mentioned that too. I don't want anyone doing any work at our wedding.
Right.
Agreed?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not nervous about wedding stuff?
Not really.
Okay.
No, we've got the big stuff.
We don't have the rings.
We have my ring, not yours. Well, we don't have a... Yeah. We got to do that.
Just find a gumball machine somewhere and take our chances?
I like it.
Get a spider ring?
I can afford that.
Okay, stop it. So you're cool with the wedding stuff. We don't have a honeymoon, but who gives a shit? Well, I mean, but seriously, right? We could do a honeymoon. We've got priority pass. We could, at a moment's notice, just pick up and go someplace. We could. Right? Who cares?
Right.
I'm not worried about that. We can figure that out. We got to get we'll do the invitations tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we're going this Wednesday. We're kind of excited. Wednesday, we're going to a taste test.
Yes, we're going to the restaurant for the tasting with our friends, Nilson Paul.
Are you, so you're comfortable with everything then? The pace is okay for you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's only June and we're not getting married till October, so we do have some time.
And then we got to get blocks of hotels. Yep. I'd like to talk to Nilson Paul about that. We got to get potentially a shuttle bus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's probably easy shit to knock off, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're just bantering at the end here, right?
Yes.
Are you excited about Summerfest?
I am. Summerfest starts this weekend. For anybody that hasn't been, it is the largest music festival in the country. I don't know if it's in the world. I don't know if it has world ranking.
Do you want anyone to stay with us who listens to the podcast? They're welcome to stay with us.
Sure. If you want to come to Milwaukee.
Don't give out the address. I'm boring you? Is that what this is?
No, I just got a wave of tired.
So our new friends, we had during the week, I can't believe we went in the opposite direction. Normally we do this deep shit and now we're bantering. I really want to banter with you. And I want everyone to listen to it. And it's like chronology shit, but I love stop. You're making fun of me. I love I should just rap it. I love all your friends. So to be sure, if any of them even listen anymore, Nancy used to, jackasser. I think she only listened to our podcast because she wanted to know if I was full of shit or not. And now she found out that I am full of shit and she doesn't listen. So
I think she's okay with it though.
Right. I love John and Andre, your friends from Chicago.
Yes.
I just freaking adore them. And we are on I'm hopeful if they listen to this particular podcast, we are on a very similar wavelength regarding life, or at least they are with you. And so I'm glad to be a part of your relationship with them. How's that? And then we met their good friends from across the street, the wonderful Pam and her husband, Dirt Road Randy.
Yes.
And they're going to be coming up to Summerfest this weekend, and we're going to see them at the Gin Blossoms thing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about
fun.
that. Are you looking forward to just chilling this week?
Absolutely.
And not doing anything. And then the next weekend is my daughter's.
Well, the funny thing is we won't be doing much. Well, we are doing something this week. We're getting that shower done this week.
Well, we're getting the shower done this week. Pedal to the metal on that. We'll have it done. It'll look great. I'm very excited about it.
Yep. We got to get that done.
Yep.
And then work, of course, has to be squeezed in there.
Yep. And then next weekend is Alex's baby shower.
What?
Yeah. Oh, that's when Amos Lee is playing. The night of her baby shower.
That's next weekend?
Next Saturday. Not this Saturday coming up.
Oh, okay.
2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say, geez, really?
2 weeks from yesterday is her baby shower.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's when Amos Lee is playing at 8 o'clock at the BMO Harris stage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with you to the thing, and then we'll go straight to Summerfest. What do you say?
Okay.
How cool.
I know.
See, this is what I'm getting at. I want to just enjoy, you know what I mean, dude?
Dude, we're doing it.
Come on.
Take that distressed look off your face.
Bro.
We're doing it.
Brah.
Brah.
All right, pick a card, any card. Thanks for letting me ramble. Do you have any things you want to ramble about?
Well, I was just going to talk about
really?
when your mom was visiting and we put on Bad Grandpa. We watched Bad Grandpa. God, that is so funny. That's Johnny Knox from the what's his series? Jackass series.
I can't believe we had my mom watch Bad Grandpa.
Well, we saw it as an option, and or did we? Or something.
No, I just picked it.
Okay, you just picked it and said, "Mom, you need to watch this," because I took Dad.
Because I was
when your father was alive.
Dad, right.
Yes, you were reminiscing how you took your dad to this movie.
I took him to all the Jackass movies,
and he would bust a gut. He
could
thought
not
it was
breathe.
So funny, he could not breathe, and so we watched it with your mom. I think she thought it was a little bit funny.
She was laughing.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
I forgot how just off
I love that movie.
It was.
Yeah.
And then, oh, by the way, for those of you who are listening to the cast of pods here, highly recommend on Netflix.
The Hitman?
The Hitman.
Yeah, that was fun.
First of all, incredibly handsome actor, and he did a really good job jumping in and out of...
What's his name? Glenn Powell? Is that his name?
Glenn Ross. I don't know.
No.
It might be Glenn Powell.
It might be
really
Glenn
good.
Powell.
I'd highly recommend. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's not Academy Award, Oscar nomination
I
type
had
stuff.
heard Kara Swisher mention the movie to Scott Galloway, that she had watched it, and that the actor was from Top Gun. He played handsome sort of Val Kilmer character.
Yeah.
Heavy rain right now outside?
Oh, well, don't worry about it. Let's go. Keep going.
Okay.
Okay, just go. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Well, keep saying what you're saying about Kara.
Well, I'm concerned that your car is filling with water.
It's not filling.
Okay.
The car is not filling with water.
All right. Okay. Why does your computer say 81 degrees and heavy rain?
Because it may be still linked to Chicago. It's 79 and sunny. I'm on the weather again. My computer could still be linked to Chicago.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Finish your Kara Swisher stuff. You didn't finish it.
Oh, okay.
You were in the middle of the sentence. You are squirrel. You can so easily. We were talking about the Hitman.
Oh yeah. So I was listening to Kara Swisher, and she's like the guy from Top Gun, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So when we wanted to watch TV, I suggested we watch it, and you had heard of it too.
Yes.
And this actor was phenomenal, and I think his name is Glenn Powell. And
so good.
He killed it. Oh my gosh, he killed it, and just great.
It's a cute story.
Great performances. It's an embellished story. It's an embellished real story that they blatantly admit they took the extra mile with it for entertainment purposes, but it's really good.
It's
so
good.
The Hitman.
Highly recommend.
Yeah. So
highly.
All right, so we just picked cards from
I can't stand the card I picked, but go ahead.
The Skin Deep card deck, and this is called the Healing Edition. So my card was, how has our relationship remained the same over time? I think that the core. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Out of it right now.
I'm thinking about your car filling with water. Can't help it.
It says it's sunny right now.
All right.
What is going on with you? You're going to get outside and it's pouring rain.
Well, only our neighbor said your window's
He just
open.
said the window's open. It doesn't mean because it's raining. He just said it's open. He doesn't want a bird to fly in there. Oh, that's the next thing. The whole car is filled with sparrows and parakeets.
Answer the question. How has our relationship remained the same over time? I'll see if the answer I have for that question is the same as yours.
How has it remained the same over time?
Mm-hmm.
We laugh a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talk still all the time, even though we don't podcast it.
Mm-hmm.
We talk quite a bit. We enjoy the physical nature of a relationship. And I just don't mean, I mean just holding hands and going for walks. And we still fight. You're still wrong. Often. I still make you laugh.
There's truth in that.
Okay.
I'm still
We
wrong
still love
often.
music. I don't know. Am I nailing
No,
it?
those
What
are
you thinking?
those are all things that I would have said for sure. Yeah. So
your question is, when was the last time you listened to me when I told you to?
why don't you read the real question?
When was the last
Jack?
time you healed through me? Oh, I like that.
Does that mean
like that
when
one
is the
either.
last time I helped you heal?
No, you healed through me. I mean, I'm reading it that I helped you heal.
Right, that's what I said.
No, you said it the other way. That you
Well,
healed
no, I
me.
was speaking it like myself. That means when did you last help me get through something?
Oh, yeah, I guess, sure.
Mm-hmm.
You can interpret it
Is
however
that
you
it?
want to. However you want to interpret it.
I think this past week you really helped me when I told you that this whole fight truly scared me. Not scared like physically, I hope nobody's hearing that when I say scared. Oh, like when
Good
this
catch.
light falls down.
Good catch. That's right. We got it. Nice catch. Keep going. Good job. Nice catch.
Okay.
That's a good catch.
Yeah, I hope nobody hears like, oh gosh, she's physically scared. She's scared for her well-being or something. Not at all. It's just when we have arguments and I feel like it's rocking our relationship, that scares me.
Yes, I get that. Of course.
And I think you really heard me. And I can see when there's a change that comes over you. And we both do this, when we're in, for lack of better terms, when we're in fighting mode, when we're digging into our position, you can tell that each of us has almost a different persona, a different shell that covers us, right?
Yeah.
And we are both able to recognize when the other person has dropped that shell, dropped that armor, and become soft again. It's really fascinating. There's a physiology there for sure.
Yeah.
And I melt into that, and it makes me feel safe. And I know that's a huge thing for me to feel safe.
What did
you.
I do exactly? I don't know what I did. I don't. I still don't know what I did. I know that my face changed when we got angry, but what did I physiologically change?
Yeah, I can tell when you get softer and you approach me differently and you approach me. Oh, your brain's going somewhere, isn't it?
It's just a challenge for me to not be a 10-year-old boy.
To go, that's what she said or something like that.
Keep going. So you can sense a calming of me, not a softer.
You have the ability to calm me for sure. Yeah. And
all right.
Yeah. So
I'll
I think that really helped me heal from our fight this weekend.
Okay. Do you really want to try? Should we really try to reach out to the Gottmans and have them
why
on?
the hell not?
I don't know what to ask them. Be in our podcast? Hey, my name is Jack.
You are a very articulate man.
This doesn't mean
just not at this moment.
Maybe we should do it. If anyone's watching the video, she is attacking me right now physically. All right. Thank you.
Love you, babe.
I love you too, baby.
Okay, babe.
Baby.
All right.
On that note, to all the listeners out there, peace.
Get you next time.
That's the new tagline.
That's our new
Peace.
sound.
Catch you next time.
Catch you next time.
Catch you on
But
the
you got to
set.
say it really cool, like me.
Because that's how you're saying it?
Catch you next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just listened to another episode of the Jack and Kathy Shit Show. All recording, engineering, and production provided by us. Connect with the podcast on Instagram at Jack and Kathy Shit Show for more insight into our shit show of a life. This episode is proudly brought to you by Pint Productions.
Point.